Now it's nearly over. Now you've shown some weakness. Now you're looking older.
Hey Super Crew, this is DC Sun coming back to you. Just a little update. Did a collaboration with Akasan the other day. We were going over the new trailer for one of the Star Wars games, and there were a few mistakes that were in there, partially because of information that I was given prior to that, which wasn't fully correct, but also not completely wrong. But be that as it may, I need to make some corrections, and for whatever confusion there may have been, apologies to all. Dork Knight, sorry that you weren't happy with the reaction. We'll try and do better here on out. So, starting off with Star Wars, KOTOR. KOTOR is basically 4,000 years prior to the Star Wars films, which is focusing mostly on Darth Malak. I am going to be paraphrasing from here, but just letting you know. As Darth Revan's apprentice, he's unleashed the Sith Armada against the Republic at this time. The next installment is Sith Lords, which takes place 5 years after the events of Knights of the Old Republic. For those who don't know, Knights of the Old Republic, KOTOR, also causes confusion for the Knights games that come after that. Example being Knights of the Fallen Empire, that they're not at the same timeline, but it does cause confusion for someone who is either just coming into it, hasn't followed from the beginning, or is playing catch up, so to speak. Because when you're dealing with the games, the Old Republic game itself actually takes place 300 years after the previous two games, which would be KOTOR and Sith Lords. The third installment was actually canceled, unfortunately, because, you know, issues, production issues, and so on and so forth. It is what it is. Going from there, we'll go in a little more detail. So Knights of the Fallen Empire is the third storyline and the largest expansion so far. It focuses on the new threat of the internal empire and its leader. At this point in time, it's Valkorion, Immortal Emperor, who is also in love with Senya Knight, Senya, who's a Knight of Zagul, which is neither Jedi or Sith, but they are very Force sensitive, and they tend to use the Force for enforcing justice as opposed to just plain light and dark. Although you can, with the characters, they do go more light side than dark side, but very different from Jedi and Sith in their teaches and practices and beliefs. She's the mother of the twins, Thexan and Arkan, as well as Valen, who eventually goes dark side. That is the young girl that's in the most recent trailer that was released. That is just absolutely a beautiful trailer, and also very sad. Given that she is their mother, she's also one of the most powerful knights in this particular point in time. She's also teaching them. Given she's a parent, she's teaching, and the children are learning. It's not necessarily thought as she is just their teacher. That's I guess a misconception for people who are following. But you know, it happens. You know, as a parent, you are a teacher at first, or firsthand, and then everything else follows. Is just by nature. But anyways, that is the storyline going on from there. The new installment, you're playing the character of an Outlander who is basically a banished Jedi. And from there, you meet up with your two companion characters, Senya and Koth, who will help you throughout the story. Those two characters are there. They also still have the first two from the previous one, Lana and Theron, who are there, but you can't recruit them, at least not up until this point. It may happen later on in further installments. So when you watch the trailer before this with the twins, those are Valen's brothers. and unfortunately, spoiler for those who may not know, one passes. How they pass, I won't say, so if you haven't seen it, you can actually enjoy by watching it. Then after that, go back and watch the most recent one and see how they tie together. For anything that I may have missed, I will get to it later, or you can leave a message, comment down at the bottom. And just so you know, dealing with your character as the Outlander in the storyline itself, what ends up happening is your character is frozen in carbonate for 5 years. After you're awakened, the Eternal Empire has become the dominant force in the galaxy. And that's where your story starts. So from there, you build your character, classes, alliances, so on and so forth. If there's anything that I've missed, given that this has been paraphrased and cut down to keep from going too lengthy, please let me know. Have a wonderful day. Keep it super. Thank you, Super Crew. Peace.